culture and religion are tied in, but they're a little different, right? If you are a Christian raised in Europe and you were a Christian raised in India, you would have very much difference in terms of religion perspectives in it there. So I usually don't put them in the same basket, but yeah, I mean, I'm open to looking at that way. But the two things that actually stand out is, one is upbringing, two is religion to a large extent, right? So people actually undermine the effect of religion in the mindset, all right, and all of that. And then, of course, the upbringing and the environment and the experience and all of these things really play a very important role in shaping your mindset. When do you think these factors come into place in your age? Psychology tells you between the ages of 12 and 13 is when your personality and your mindset is largely shaped. And anything that comes thereafter has to be really significant to shape that mindset in a different way. Now, which is why people actually find it extremely hard to change the way they think. Because it's intertwined into your brain, the way you think, the way you've said. Now, if somebody challenges you on your beliefs about what your parents told you, it's not something you would welcome as a conversation all the time, or something what the religion tells you, or your environment told you otherwise. It's not something you would actually say, hey, let's come and let's have a cup of coffee and decide about what we think about this. It's not going to be that easy. It's not a conversation you're going to be very happily going to be having this about. So what my question to you today is that what kind of a mindset do you have, right? There's various different kinds of mindsets we'll be talking about. But the first thing is to get you out of your comfort zone. Because the mindset is what pushes you into doing things you do, and then you get into a routine of doing certain things, and then you don't get out of that thing. It's very, very difficult for you to get out of the routine. And when somebody challenges the way you think, for example, me, standing in front of you and asking you to think differently about what you've been believing all your life, that's not an easy thing to do. You're probably going to say, Immanuel, you're bullshitting. Sorry for the language, but that's exactly what you'd be saying if I were to challenge you directly about the way you believe. But that exactly shapes who you are. Now, I asked you a question. Poverty is a state of mind, right? 90% of the world's wealth is owned by 10%. This is a common thing you would have seen in social media in the last few years. It's there everywhere. You really think that it's possible only with the 10% to own this much of wealth? What makes people more richer, different? What makes people more wealthy? What makes people more kind and generous? What makes people more aggressive? Everything is your personality. It's who you are. It's the way you think and what you've shaped. And that's exactly what is your mindset all about, right? I'm not saying that you have to be rich, you have to be poor, but that's a choice that you've got to make for yourself. But the point is that not all of us were raised in rich families. Not all of us came born on a silver spoon. It was not pre-designed for us in a lot of ways. We did work hard to be where we are, right? So this morning, I'm going to challenge you with your mindset and your beliefs. So the first thing we're going to do is to get you out of your comfort zone. So how do you define a comfort zone? What's a comfort zone? Routine? Somewhere you don't push yourself. So if I were to ask you that one thing that you don't really do because you're very comfortable, it could be fitness, it could be work, it could be a goal, it could be family, relationship, I don't know. What would that one thing be that you find very difficult to do just because of the way you operate and the way you think? Come again? Go to the gym in the morning. You look relatively fit to me though. Okay. Right. Anybody else? Fitness is one thing that I often get. People find it very difficult to exercise, control dietary habits, etc. So, yeah, so what is that one thing that, Hari, why don't you tell me? What is that one thing that really shakes you and you think that, oh, I got to work on this, but I'm not able to do it? Consistency, okay? Consistency. A lot of us start things, but we don't keep them up to a large extent. And that could be anything, right? So how do you come out of the comfort zone? Bless you. How do you come out of the comfort zone? Remind yourself. The alarm rings at 5 in the morning and you're like, do I really want to go to the gym this morning? Right? You really want to push yourself, and then it's all right, skip one more day. You find that dessert in the hotel and you want to just go to grab. I do that, so I'm not excluded. I'm part of you, and I do that many times. But what I'm trying to say is that the things that we set for ourselves, we find it very difficult to change the mindset. So we're going to do a small exercise this morning, which is going to get you out of your comfort zone, which you probably haven't done in front of many people. So I'd like you all to stand up, go right behind and form a line, please, together as one straight line. You could do away with your jackets if you want to. We're going to do some physical exercise. Okay. Right, so we're going to do some physical exercise this morning, right? So you can spread yourself. Okay. So what I want you to do is to fold up your sleeves, and I want you to sit down like a frog. Okay. And I want you to walk in the same way further towards the front and back. This is going to be a race, and I want to see who's the fittest. Find your ways, gentlemen. Yeah, you go back. You come in front and go back again. Paris, you got to do it. Come on, find a way. You got to do it. Yalla, yalla, I'm going to wait for you. Sit down, 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 down. Okay. Ouch. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fittest of them all? Right? All right. How did that feel? Right? When was the last time you did this in front of strangers? Right. Give yourself a big hand because you've just come out of your comfort zone one step ahead.